Hello, I'm Kaese from Toshiba, and today I have some interesting news from our laboratory evaluations about the speed of hard disk drives in relation to the network speeds of systems. It is nowadays pretty much common sense that if you have a single component, a hard disk drive is rather slow. In that single component environment, let it be a boot drive for the laptop or for the server, we are nowadays all using SSDs. However, for network-attached storage and cloud storage, the storage is attached on the network. So what about the network speeds and how hard disk drives can support today's range of different network speeds? Starting with a common 2-bay NAS system with a 1 gigabit interface. This 1 gigabit interface can carry up to around 110-120 megabytes per second as maximum. A single hard disk drive can deliver 250 megabytes. So 2 hard disk drives in reading can deliver almost 500 megabytes. And even if we have a RAID 1, which is a mirror, we can write only to one of the hard disk drive at the same time, that's 250 megabytes. And the network interface is just 120. So the hard disk drive in that configuration are fast enough for saturating the whole network speed. You don't have to worry about any speed of the hard disk drive in that configuration. If we consider NAS systems with 4 hard disk drives, which are used for media productions, small, medium businesses, home offices, and so on, then these boxes nowadays come with a 2.5 gigabit interface. This 2.5 gigabit interface can deliver up to 240-260 megabytes per second. For hard disk drives, however, each one 250 megabytes would be up to a gigabyte in reading or at least 500 megabytes in writing. So with that already advanced 2.5 gigabit interface, again the hard disk drive speed is far above of what the network can carry. No worries here either. You can use the higher potential of the 4 hard disk drives if you equip your 4-bay network-attached storage system with a 10 gigabit network interface. This can be done by a small add-in card, and then you have 10 gigabit interface available. Of course, you need a 10 gigabit infrastructure in your network. In many home and small offices network, that's by far not the case today. But if you have, with that configuration, the highest potential of the network is around 1 gigabyte per second, and that matches with the 4 hard disk drive speed. 4 times 250 is a gigabyte. So in that solution, you have headroom and you can explore the full speed of the 4 hard disk drives. Higher speeds are required in cloud storage and enterprise data centers. So we are now at data center solutions, typically in rack mount form factors. And a typical system is a 12-bay enterprise network attached storage, which come with 10 gigabit interfaces. But as said earlier, 10 gigabit interface is fully saturated with 4 hard disk drives. So if you have 12, you should use at least a 25 gigabit interface. These type of systems can deliver about 2.5 to 2.8 gigabyte on the network, and 12 hard disk drives again can fully support this speed. There are no limitations. You can use the speed of all the hard disk drives. You don't need more. You don't need to put any SSDs for the sequential speed. It is a good match of 12 hard disk drives performance and a 25 gigabit interface. And finally, large cloud storage systems are composed of several dozens of hard disk drives. For example, common configuration is 60 hard disk drive. 60 hard disk drive can support 4 to 5 to 6 gigabyte per second. And to carry this hard disk drive speed to the network, you would have to use at least 100 gigabit per second Ethernet, which is done in today's data center. But again, also here, with a bunch of 60 hard disk drives, you even need that speed, because the hard disk drive, so many hard disk drives, are fast enough for this high-speed interface. All the solution I've talked about, we have evaluated in our laboratory, and for CloudFest 2024 in Europapark Rust, we carry all the hardware to our booth, and we will be able to show all these different performance levels to you in live demo operations. Please visit CloudFest. You are invited to our booth CO4, and we are happy to discuss more with you at the event. Thank you very much for listening.